With Dezemba right around the corner, we as South Africans cannot live in fear or give Eskom the joy of cutting our party short. That's where the Anker 535 watt power station can save your behind this festive season. So this is the Anker 535 watt portable power station, and this is a long-lasting portable power station with up to a 10-year lifespan, with its priority Infinity power technology combined with lithium iron phosphor polymer batteries, ultra-durable electronics, smart temperature control system, impact-resistant structural design. It's built to last a decade and more, even with everyday use. So instead of just getting your average 2 years out of your portable power device, why not get 10 years with the Anker 535 watt portable power station? When you purchase this device, you get obviously the Anker power station. You get a 120 watt 220 volt wall adapter for charging this device. You get a car charger included, as well as you get 5 years worth of worry-free warranty and a 2-pin to 3-pin or a Euro to 3-pin converter when you purchase it in South Africa. In terms of its technical specifications, and actually before we talk about the technical specifications, let's talk about the design of this device. So this device is quite a hefty boy, even for someone that goes to the gym. In terms of ports, firstly, you have your 12 volt car socket output, and each of these ports have their own dedicated on and off switch. Next to that, you have your display. And under your display, firstly, you have a USB-C output, then 3 USB-A outputs. These are smart outputs, so only when a device is plugged in will it be generating power. Then you have two 220 volt outputs here, which is your regular power. And with them, you also have a power saving button. And then at the bottom, we have our light bar, and the light bar can be turned on as well as just turned into an SOS mode when you are out camping and that sort of thing. And then at the back of this device, we have our DC in. In terms of the design, it's quite a durable, functional design. It's not meant to be lifted up like how I'm sitting right now, but I mean, it's easy to carry, easy to handle. And you will see on the sides, you have two basically fan or vents. And the vents are to control the cooling of this device when it is running. And I think that's quite a cool feature of this, because it's blowing virtually straight through the device. So now, on to the technical specifications. This device weighs 7.6 kilograms. So you can get a pair and then you don't have to worry about ever going to the gym again or going to the gym for the next 10 years. In terms of battery information, this has a 160,000 milliamp hour battery, being 44,000 milliamp hour cells. In terms of power output, it's 500 watts or 535 to 512 watt hours. So in terms of input power, firstly, it has DC input being either between 11 and 28 volts at 10 amps up to 120 watts max. This device also specifies USB-C power input at either 5, 9, 15 or 20 volts at 3 amps and up to a maximum of 60 watts. In terms of the output ports that are built on this device, firstly, the USB-C port can do 5, 9, 15 or 20 volts at 3 amps and 60 watts max. The the car charger socket can do 12 volts at 10 amps maximum. And then the USB-A ports, these can do 5 volts at 7.2 amps in total, up to a maximum of 2.4 amps and 12 watts maximum per port. Finally, when we come to the AC adapters, the AC adapters are 220 volt at 2.27 amps up to a maximum of 500 watts. In terms of charging time of this device, right, the manufacturer suggests you can charge it up to 80% in under 2.5 hours using the adapter that has been supplied. Some of the additional features, we've spoken about the 5-year full device warranty, as well as the car charger socket, which is included in this device as well. No, take out the car charger socket, sorry. When it comes to using this device, it's actually quite fairly simple and easy. As I mentioned, each of these devices have a power on button. So all you have to do is click the device and that turns on that specific port. The cool thing that I like about this device, right, when you turn on an output, right, it gives you a symbol, but besides just giving you a symbol, it gives you a power draw. So if you see here, it's telling you 4 watts, and then it's telling you how long the device is going to last in its current state. So it says, right, we have 76% battery life, and drawing 4 watts, this device is going to last 41.2 hours. So that's one of the very, very cool features that I found with this device. And then switching on the light, fairly simple. What you can do, you can double press the light and, you can press and hold the light, which turns it into the SOS mode. And you see, they all have an indicator saying that their output has been turned on. After how to use this device, the next thing we need to talk about is estimated run times and our test results. So the manufacturer suggests you can charge a smartphone up to 40 times with this device. You can charge a camera at up to 30.5 times with this device. You can charge a drone 10.2 times with this device. You can have a fan running for 11.8 hours, and you can run a mini fridge for up to 10 hours. So in terms of our tests, this device powered the Skyworth 55-inch TV, and it could power the TV for up to 6 hours on a full charge. Something else that we tested this with is powering my desk setup. So as you guys know, the desk with the one screen on that side and the TV on the other side, it powered the tower, the monitor and the TV, and there on a full charge it could power it for up to about 4.5 hours. So I mean, powering a full setup like this on the small device, it'll tell you how powerful it is, as well as it'll tell you what it can power during your festive season, whether it's your lights, your speakers. Yeah, I mean, you can keep the party going and no one would know whether it's load shedding or not. So that's a cool instance. And in terms of charging, within about 6 hours, this device was fully charged using the supplied DC charger. So this device speaks to a lot of people, and I say that a lot, but this device is actually up there in the mid to higher market, because I mean, your average Joe isn't gonna buy something like this because they would just wait out the 2 hours of load shedding, or maybe just go to the mall or something and get, you know, they would plan themselves so that they're not at home during load shedding. I mean, if you're caught under circumstances, then it might require you to buy a device like this. I mean, if you work from home and you are a fairly power hungry user, like you need a desk powered and second screen and all of those things, this is the device for you. Apart from obviously the camping guys and the people that are outdoors and they want a fair bit of power without having to lug around a generator for their camping trip or whatever. So it talks to that sort of person. If you are a business, I mean, this could power a small business as long as you're not running something like a bandsaw. But I mean, if you're a small retail business that just need lights, maybe a fridge or two, this could last you during load shedding. And I mean, this is a small device. You have bigger devices that can take you even further. After speaking about who this is for, let's talk about the price now. So this device retails for 8,000 Rand. And if you're interested in picking up one for yourself, there's a link in the description below. So now, as we start to round up with this device, let's talk about the pros and the cons. So firstly, one of the big pros is what I just mentioned just now. The fact that this device tells you about the usage and the draw as well as it estimates the battery life as how long it's going to last. So you can say, right, you know what, it's load shedding now, let's switch the TV and this and that and that and on. And then you see it running and you're like, oh, you know what, it's drawing too much power, maybe let's disconnect the fridge. Or you can mix and match the devices that you are powering depending on how long you need this to last. The second thing is that each of these outputs have their own on and off switch as such, as well as it has an indicator to say whether that output is on or off. The third pro is the fact that it has such a massive battery as well as battery life. Meaning, even if I needed to power my desk setup, right? During a day where we had 3 load sheddings, I powered my PC monitor and the TV for the first load shedding. Second round, PC monitor and the TV. And by the third round, or midway through the second round, we were like, hey, you know what? This is not going to last for long, so let's take the TV off. And we could say, okay, now it's going to last us 3 load sheddings without having to recharge the device midway. So that's my pros. The second thing, or moving on to the cons. The first one, you know me and my complaints. Not really a big one, but something that I find necessary in these devices is a sort of sound indicator to say, right, I have 5% remaining, I have 10% remaining, even if it's a beep, just to say beep beep, so that you as a user, you might not be looking at this device to know, hey, you know what, everything's going to switch off soon because it's on 5% battery life. The second thing, and this ties back to the beep beep situation, the screen turns off quite regularly, and I haven't found a way using this device to force the screen to stay on. So even when we were testing the device, with the screen going off continuously, it was like I lost track of it and I was like, oh, I forgot I was testing or timing how long this device is. So when we even tried to see how long it takes to charge, I would like jot it down the first time, and then when I come back after a little while, I'd be like, oh, I tap it and it's already past the mark. Like if I was recording 25, 50, 75, 100, it would be like already at 85. And just because I couldn't like actually see the battery percentage even while it's charging. So those are the 2 cons, but I think those are just minuscule things that I want in a device. It's not something that everyone might not be looking for. We actually put this through its paces over the Hindu festival of Diwali, because what happened was, so I experienced Sunday load shedding between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the afternoon or in the night. The day of Diwali, we had load shedding during that time, and I had gone all out to set up lights and everything for my home just in celebration, right? Fairy lights and rope lights with dancing lights and all the entire 9 miles. And what happened, we expected load shedding, and I had this device and I'm like, here's our chance, Anker power station. While everyone is in darkness, and granted, the point of the festival is to light clay lamps and things, the old school way of lighting. But I mean, we tech scenes anyway, we have to put the tech into our lives. So we had set up all of these lights and I'm like, yes, Anker power station, while everyone's in load shedding and they have their lights, their literal fires burning, lamps and everything burning, we are going bright. So while the entire community was in darkness, no offense to anyone by the way, our home was lit up brightly and beautifully thanks to this device. And I mean, you can hear it in my voice as how proud I was. We've put out so much work to light up our house during that time, and this saved my behind to keep it and not lose that time during load shedding, because I mean, that's peak time when you're busting fireworks and everything. But I digress. This is a lifesaver and it can do so much for you, whether you someone at home, family at home wanting to power your TV, power multiple devices. If you want to buy something like this to keep your refrigerator on, so that, you know, if in case there is an issue, then you know what, You can power your refrigerator to make sure that you don't lose your food or anything like that. So it's a very, very awesome device, and it's actually quite at a nice price point if we think about it, right? But yeah guys, it's an awesome device, and from my side, rating this device, I rate this device as a 9.5 out of 10 from techsceneza, just because it does such an awesome job. It charges so quickly, as well as it lasts so long. So I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. Thank you very much to the team from Premium Brands for sending out this device for me to review, for me to play with, and for me to get a full understanding, and as well as to power my home during the festival of Diwali. But yeah, a big shout out to the guys from Premium Brand Distributors. Guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can let me know by giving a like rating if you did. And if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of the future awesome content that we put out. Guys, once again, thanks for watching. My name is Prashant, and I'll catch you in the next video.